We get moving for you this morning, just telling you already in advance, waking up to a lot of cold out there, right?
Oh, the first thing I thought when I stepped out the door was, brr, are my lips blue? Good news, if they were, they're not anymore.
It wakes you up pretty early. We're in that stretch right now in December, right?
Yeah, even this week, as the afternoon highs get above 50, which isn't bad for December, the overnight lows will still stay in the 20s and 30s, which is closer to average.
Yeah, because it will get pretty nice today, right?
Yeah, we're looking at temperatures actually today 10 degrees warmer than yesterday, but those overnights will still start pretty cold. So we're looking at temperatures in the 20s again this morning, very similar to yesterday. It's 23 degrees in Springfield with some clear skies and southerly winds. You'll have dry roads on your way to work and school. Things are clear out there this morning. Temperatures are about where they were yesterday. Not all that warmer, not all that colder. It's 23 degrees in Springfield, 21 in Rolla, and 19 at Lake of the Ozarks. We've got winds out of the south, which help us warm up today, but it is putting wind chills in the teens this morning. It feels like 14 in Springfield, 11 in Rolla, and 12 at Lake of the Ozarks. So another pretty cold start. Make sure you've got hats, gloves, and scarves. You'll need it out there for you and the kiddos with those wind chills in the teens. Dry roads through the afternoon. We'll have lots of sunshine. Things will be quiet. We'll get these south and west winds to help us get 10 degrees warmer than yesterday, going for a high of 50 degrees by dismissal with sunshine. So the rest of the work week will be pretty similar and quiet, right? Cold overnights and then afternoons in the lower 50s, not that bad. We've got to start looking at our next big storm that could bring us some snow early next week. Details in 10 minutes.
A person has been charged in the death of a missing Lawrence County man. He's 54-year-old Ray Freiling of Monette and is accused of shooting 52-year-old Coy Cole, then burning his body. He faces charges of first-degree murder, armed criminal action, abandonment of a corpse, and also tampering with evidence. Sheriff Brad DeLay tells us that deputies followed leads involving Cole's vehicle, his cell phone, and financial records. And after interviewing some people, they eventually served a search warrant on a property owned by Freiling. There they found a body in a burned pile. DeLay believes the remains are of Cole, but more testing is still needed.
We did find some human remains, but right now those remains cannot be identified. We are conducting an autopsy, sending some of the remains to different labs to try and find something. So while we haven't identified this as our missing person right now, there is a chance, due to a lot of the leads in the investigation that we've conducted, this could be it. We just can't confirm or deny that at this point.
A statement points to a second suspect as well, but no charges are filed against that person yet. Police say that person was present at the time Cole was shot and later used Cole's debit card at a bank.
It's your right to know. Police in Mountain View, Arkansas are looking for a woman accused of Social Security fraud. State attorneys have indicted 46-year-old Laura Oglesby. They say Oglesby stole someone's personal information and used it to apply for a Social Security card 3 separate times. The indictment also says Oglesby used the person's identity to sign a student loan from a university. Police need your help to track her down, so if you know anything at all, you should call your local authorities.
You may have seen or been to Sky Zone in Springfield, but the location off of Kansas Expressway has actually put up signs saying it's no longer open. For the past 5 years, that building has been home to a wall-to-wall trampoline park. Now, we still don't know the exact reason as to why Sky Zone is closed, but the news leader reports the company failed to respond to a $120,000 lawsuit filed earlier this year. Sky Zone posted on Facebook saying it is in the process of refunding anyone who had previously booked events there.
In your medical news this morning, when a patient arrives at a hospital with a stroke or a heart attack, every single second counts. That's why 3 rural Mercy Hospital locations received a grant to vamp up telemedicine equipment. So instead of transferring patients to Springfield, these hospitals can call a specialist in St. Louis. The entire grant was almost $500,000 and given to 9 communities in 4 states. Staff at Mercy Hospital Aurora explain how the grant will help upgrade their equipment.
Cardiology, I mean, there's ortho, there's so many capabilities that we could have with telemedicine that we don't have now.
The ability for them to actually listen to the patient.
And wound care, you know, we get patients that come in with a burn, which we just had today. It would be really nice to be able to telemedicine in with the burn doctors, the trauma doctors, so they can see exactly what the burn looks like, exactly how bad they're burnt versus just taking our word for it.
There is a minute-and-a-half demonstration on how the telestroke machine works exactly on our website, ozarksfirst.com, along with a full list of all 9 communities who received the grant.
We need to get to some political coverage this morning. The Missouri Supreme Court revisited the issue of government funding for Planned Parenthood clinics yesterday. State attorneys asked the judges to support the legislature's decision to change the budget, leaving out funding for those clinics. Planned Parenthood believes this move is unconstitutional because it removes funding from some of its clinics that provide health care services other than abortions. Planned Parenthood actually owns 12 clinics in Missouri. Only one performs abortions. That one is in St. Louis. That clinic is facing its own battle over its licensing. The judges did not indicate when they plan to rule on the funding issue.
A local lawmaker is asking state officials not to put up a statue of a Roman goddess back on the Capitol building. State Rep Mike Moon from Ash Grove wrote to Governor Mike Parson claiming the statue of Ceres is a false god and should not be on top of the Capitol dome. The state took Ceres down last year for renovations and repairs. She was unveiled last week for people to see up close before she's put back on the dome Monday. Ceres is the Roman goddess of agriculture and has been on the Capitol building since 1924.
In some education coverage for you, Springfield Public Schools Board of Education met with local lawmakers to plan priorities heading into the 2020 session. The SPS Board's main priority is funding, namely for school transportation. Springfield Senator Lincoln Huff was there and says when he's in Jeff City, he's happy to try to help with Missouri's public education.
The big number that's hanging out there is the school transportation funding formula, and currently we as a state are behind, quite frankly, and I'm looking forward to hopefully making some inroads there with the transportation funding. We know how important these public schools are, not just in Springfield but around the state, and we want, I mean, myself specifically, I want to do whatever I can to support them.
The district is also urging the General Assembly to strengthen laws controlling tax abatement programs. SPS says that'll allow districts to have greater control over revenue sources. The 2020 legislative session starts at the beginning of the new year.
We also need to let you know this morning Fort Leonard Wood is filled with Christmas trees as part of this year's Trees for Troops program.
That's right. This morning, Color 10's Nijah McDonald visited the military post and shares that story with us.
Well, Joe and Lauren, Trees for Troops works to bring a little Christmas spirit to military families across our nation, including right here in the Ozarks. This week, hundreds of Christmas trees were unloaded at Fort Leonard Wood.
That one.
This one.
Oh, that one.
And Trees for Troops provides free Christmas trees to military families.
I think that's the one right there.
Megan O'Donoghue with Army MWR says the program started as a way to thank the brave men and women who serve our country.
And the best part of this is when the kids come in with the parents and they pick out their trees and they're just smiles and they get so excited.
Donoghue says the holidays can be challenging for soldiers and their families.
This definitely brings a little bit of back home to the Christmas and the holiday times. You know, you get a little camaraderie with those around us that are here getting trees, and you get to have a little normalcy.
Webb says he's looking forward to spending time with his family this Christmas.
My wife loves the holidays, and decorating the tree is definitely a family tradition we try to do any time that I'm home and able to help.
And Sergeant Major Tony Rodriguez says events like this one help soldiers continue their family traditions.
Just because we wear a uniform doesn't mean we're any different than anybody else. You know, we're people too, and you know, this small thing, a small token here that we have is just one more thing to show you that, you know, although we put this green uniform on every day, we're just like everybody else, and we have the same traditions and appreciation for everything.
O'Donoghue says nearly 500 Christmas trees were delivered to Fort Leonard Wood this year, from tree farms in New York, Oregon, and even in Missouri. Well, over 200,000 trees have been delivered to servicemen and women since Trees for Troops began 14 years ago.
All right, Nijah, this morning, thank you. Happy they can have those trees there. Still ahead for you this morning, Nike designs a swimsuit for women who wear a hijab.
We'll take a look at the design in your Money Watch coming up next.
From Color 10 Ozarks First, Lauren Barnes, Joe Morano, and weather with meteorologist Elisa Raffa. This is Color 10 News Daybreak.